pig.
Hey, there we are. What is up, Boyd? Yes. Should have just exited host mode.
Should have.
Should have. If you're still watching a couple of guys sitting on the couch playing some anime-looking thing, you're probably in the right place. You just need to refresh the page.
Refresh it. All right. And if they are still watching it, they're not hearing us talk.
That's
so
true.
Reno Rogue. Somebody's in the wild.
I have been in the wild all month and loving it. Absolutely loving it. Let's see. Teebs. Copy. And
I played some Reno Rogue when Reno was still standard. I enjoyed it.
I have been playing Wild. I've been playing the Wild version of that Play Dead Hunter. It basically takes the Two Princes kit out and puts in all kinds of other Death Rattle stuff. Spirit Singer Umbra's in there too, and Baron Rivendare. It's a lot of fun.
all right. Let's kick this off. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Why is it always 5?
And welcome to Hero Power. I am your host, Avantes, and as always, I am joined by my co-hosts, Zeroshio.
Sometimes I crack myself up.
It's good, somebody should. And Versika.
Good evening, gentlemen.
How are you gentlemen doing?
It's been a long week and it's only Tuesday.
Oh, it's only Tuesday. I'm so used to like finishing the show and kicking back and going, hump day's over. I ain't got to do anything but work the next couple of days. I'm good. Now I got to work. I still only have to work 2 days because Thursday's a holiday.
Well,
Yeah, I was going to say
today is my hump day.
Yeah, today is holiday hump day.
Yeah, I guess.
Mike.
I still haven't recovered from Saturday. For everybody that went out to Greens with us,
Oh, yeah.
thank you. That was fun.
Zeroshio overindulged a little, but it was fun. It was good. Everybody needs to release some stress every once in a while. So
That coffee was good on Sunday morning.
I had to drown out the burn from the Hungarian goulash. That's why.
Oh my god!
It's very tasted great, but man, was it hot.
Oh man, it was fire. It was good, but it was fire.
all right, so got just a little bit of news to talk about, and then we're going to jump in and we're going to do something a little special tonight. We're going to talk about some of the card releases that have come out this week, specifically out of the card reveal stream yesterday and the 3 reveals today. We're going to tell you what we think about those just a little bit, and more importantly, what our community, the Hero Power patron community, thinks about these cards, because we've given them the option to sound off on them.
There were 4 reveals today because Brazil finally,
okay,
10 hours late, they got theirs in. Well, maybe not that many.
Okay.
But like 8 or 9 hours late, they finally got theirs in.
Good. Okay, so we'll cover all those. And then we have a deck to play for you this week. courtesy of Versika. He is going to be playing this deck on stream for us tonight. So we are excited to check that out. So let's jump right into it. This weekend, you guys have heard me talk off and on the last couple of weeks about how I've been spending most of this month in the wild meta. Well, this past weekend, Control the Board, who is probably known as one of, if not the top wild pros, held an invitation-only event. It was online, and it was exclusive to wild players. So this really excited me. It was a lot of fun to watch. You had Slizzle 466, Seviang, Awe Dragon, Breezy, Hazer, X Crouton, Bananaramic, and Raffle all competing for, I think the first prize was like $100. And it was a 2-day event, so they did, the first round on day 1, and then they did semis and finals on day 2. And it was a lot of fun. Okay,
so can we just say that Bananaramic wins the prize for the best name in this tournament?
You stole it from me. That's definitely the name game. I've seen some of these players in a few different spots throughout the wild scene. They don't stream a lot, most of them. Breezy's a very prolific wild player. I have heard of X Crouton and Bananaramic before, but it's nice to see some relatively unknowns. I say relatively because if you're in the wild scene, you probably know more of these people. But it's nice that Control the Board has actually brought these players out in the limelight, and hopefully see more of them.
Yeah. So
see, like right now, the whole Banana Fana Fofana thing with Bananaramic's song is like bouncing around in my head. It's like, how do you do that if banana is already in the name? It's like,
yeah. So the finals.
I'm giving the head shake.
So the finals of this event saw Awe Dragon, who has 3 first place legend finishes under his belt, versus Hazer, who got his first number 1 legend rank last month in October. So you had 2 number 1 legend rank players going against each other in the finals, and it was best of 5 and amazing. If you get the time, I highly recommend you go to Control the Board's channel and check out the finals. In game 2, you had a marathon Reno Mage versus Reno Mage, and it was textbook how you play that class, or how you play that archetype. It was so good and so much fun to watch. And then in game 4, to decide the event, you had Awe Dragon playing his Zulok and versus Hazer playing Dude Paladin. And if you ever give Zeroshio a chance to tell you about the time Knife Juggler won him a tournament, I had never seen it until this weekend. I'd never seen it live until this weekend. Hazer just had like championship level juggles in that match. Knife Juggler kills Dr. Boom. I'll just let you think on that. And Hazer takes the first ever Control Wild Invitational and the $100 prize, and it was so much fun to watch. I highly recommend, if you get the chance, check out Control the Board's channel. Check out the Wild Invitational tournament from this past weekend. So much fun. So, all right. Well, with all of that said, I guess we jump into why you guys are here.
What happened yesterday?
So apparently Kibler snuck into Blizzard headquarters and like kidnapped Peter Whalen and forced him on stream to reveal secrets.
Yeah,
literally secrets.
I see what you did there.
Okay.
Yeah.
it made me happy.
Right? So we had our first official Kobolds and Catacombs reveal stream yesterday. So basically, they unlike other reveal streams, and we may see another one towards the end right before it releases. But they didn't play any matches with some of the cards. So we got to see, cards in action on the board, but no actual games were played like they've done in the past.
Yeah, what they've usually done is they've usually just given some cards. They've set a date that cards will come out. Everybody just sits waiting for something to happen. They don't say when you're going to get any kind of reveals. They just kind of let some streamers and some gaming websites pop them up. And it's very chaotic the first few days until you start seeing the rhythm that they're putting them out. It's nice that they opened up with just a nice batch of cards talking about the new set. And then they also posted a schedule of reveals where you can go to various streams, YouTube sites, media sites, Facebook pages, and they're telling you a time that they should be revealed. And so far, they're on schedule. They did have one that was a little off from Brazil because of some technical difficulties, is what they said. But other than that, it's been a pretty smooth release of cards, and yeah, I'm just excited the way they're doing it, and I hope they haven't cut out the final stream where they actually play some games with somebody like Day 9 or Frodan, or even Kibler again, because that's going to be exciting to see. And if this is just them fleshing out how the community wants to see the cards, I think they're doing it right so far. You're muted again.
Oh, I was saying, Versika, thoughts?
No, I don't know. Sometimes I like the way they release the cards, and then sometimes I'm like, But I guess for me, part of that is affected by the fact that I'm at work normally when they're releasing the cards, so I catch everything on VOD later after everything's been released. I guess I get to look at it through the hindsight is 2020 glasses. So,
well, okay. I'll tell you this: if you work all day and you don't have a chance to catch up with these reveals live, and you have to kind of hunt for them when you get off work, I'll tell you a great way to get them. If you go over to patreon.com/heropower, we have a very diligent Patreon group in our Discord channel, which we're going to show you tonight, that keeps these posted up on a regular basis.
We're going to do what?
We're going to show you our Discord tonight.
We're going to give people a behind-the-scenes look of our Discord?
That's right.
Our patron-only Discord?
Crack the fourth wall, let you all see what kind of great work that some of our patrons, especially big shout-out to Matt at Arms, who is usually the Johnny on spot getting those cards, puts them in channels so that we can view all the cards, rate them a little bit, and then we have a discussion channel so they can talk about those cards. Again, usually these are in our Discord channel. I'm subscribed to about 13 different Hearthstone Discords, and none of them do all the cards, and we're always the fastest.
All right, well, let's...
You broke out a fourth wall reference.
That's right.
Yep.
So I'm excited. Let's check these out. What do you guys say?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
All right. Welcome to the Hero Power Patron Discord server. So, we are going to start tonight with all of the cards that were released yesterday and today. We're not going to actually talk about the ones that were mentioned at BlizzCon because we've seen those for quite a while now. It's been a couple of weeks. So, first up, we have the Feral Gibberer. It's a 1-mana 1/1. After this minion attacks a hero, add a copy of it to your hand. So, one of the discussions we had in our Discord was, wait a minute, would this work with the Rogue Quest?
I wouldn't see why not. Now, I have heard a big question that's been all over Reddit and Twitter, and let's first talk about the card. It's a 1-mana minion, 1/1 minion, and after this minion attacks a hero, add a copy of it to your hand. Now, they showed this in action on the stream, and it actually makes a copy of the card. There was a question whether if it is buffs, if it keeps any buffs or anything that's been modified to it. No, it doesn't, because it's a copy of that minion. If you bounce a minion that has a buff on it to your hand, then it loses all of its stat adjustments and anything like that. So you basically get a copy of this card. So yes, it should work because it's basically another feral gibberer that's put in your hand. You can have more than 2 of them in your deck if you can get an attack into face.
Gotcha. All right. Rasik, anything you want to add?
Kill it with fire.
There you go. All right.
Now, one thing I want to add is we're allowing our
No
patrons.
time to add. We got to move on.
Hold on, just about this card. One thing I want to add is we're allowing our patrons to put different emotes to show whether they love it. It's just a thumbs up, thumbs down. One of them is also a dust emote. This one they gave a smork emote to, is the majority of our Discord. So everybody knows where this is going.
Yes.
To face.
That's right. Oh, just got another one. All right. So our next card is Sudden Betrayal. So this is a 2-mana rogue secret. And it states, when a minion attacks your hero, instead it attacks one of its neighbors.
Wait. What type of card is this?
It's a secret.
Rogue
It's a secret for rogues. Finally.
It is about time. And just for clarity, they announced there's going to be 3 total secrets for rogues, so that it's not easy to predict which one it is.
To quote Sean Connery in the Saturday Night Live Celebrity Jeopardy skit, "The day is mine."
That's
The
right.
day is mine, Trebek.
So, all right. So, yes, rogues are now getting secrets. This particular secret, as you can see, our community has mostly voted it as thumbs down, meaning they don't feel like it would be used primarily a lot in the current meta.
Oh, it will be used.
I was one that voted it down. I wasn't a fan of this secret.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
There you go. You've heard it. Versika is going to mad scientist the crap out of this card. All right, moving on. Our next rogue secret, it's also 2 mana, is Cheat Death. When a friendly minion dies, return it to your hand. It costs 2 less.
I voted this one thumbs up.
So we've had a couple who love this card. The majority have really liked this card. So looks as though this card is pretty popular with the community, and they think it could see quite a bit of play.
I think this card, more than anything else, pushes Leroy Jenkins towards Hall of Fame.
Yes. I didn't even think of the implications.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I like it. Moving on.
All right. We have a priest card, the Duskbreaker. 4 mana, 3/3. If you're holding a dragon, deal 3 damage to all other minions. So
Excavate evil in a dragon.
I want to say, I feel like this card is one of the strongest we've seen so far.
I would agree.
It's an early game board clear if you're holding a dragon at best, and at worst, it's a 4 mana 3/3 that you can hold in your hand to activate other dragon synergy cards.
I think the biggest question is going to be whether there's room for this in any existing top tier priest decks, or if there's room for a new Dragon Priest in the Razakus Big Priest meta.
Okay. Yeah.
That's going to decide if this card gets a lot of play.
Okay. Spiver spamming the kappas in chat. So, all right.
All the kappas.
Well, as you guys can see, the majority of the Hero Power patron community really likes this card. So we had 5 love it, 3 give it a good old thumbs up. So, all right. Next up, we have the Shaman legendary weapon, the Rune Spear. 8 mana, 3/3. After your hero attacks, discover a spell and cast it with random targets. So I'm going to let Versika, our shaman specialist, start.
Okay, so let's not even get into the ability of the weapon or the stats or anything. The Rune Spear was wielded by Cairn, and he's a warrior. He wasn't a shaman. It doesn't fit from a lore standpoint. But that's my nerd speaking. So let's just talk total stats. A 3/3 weapon for 8 isn't bad, but discover a spell and cast it with random targets. There's too many ways in a shaman deck that goes wrong. I feel like if you're going to wield a weapon and it's going to cost as much as 8, you might as well just go ahead and go with Doomhammer.
Yeah.
Okay, so I call this the sleeper card of the set so far. I think this card, I give it a thumbs up. I wouldn't say I love it, but I think this card is going to be a lot better than it was. I'm trying to remember that 8 mana Tortollan that discover a spell and cast it at random targets.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I can't think
the
of the
neutral. It's not played a lot in Constructed, but it is played a lot in Arena. And the reason is because when you're discovering a spell, you have a high probability of getting AoE or things that
Tortollan Primalist.
Tortollan Primalist that target specifically enemy minions, or you get a chance to pick out of 3 something that's gonna RNG in your favor, or have the least impact, a negative impact in your, for the RNG. I think this is going to be the case for this weapon. Also, we haven't seen all the set, and we have seen some cards come out that have some interaction with weapons quite a bit. Again, we've only seen a small portion of the set, but if they keep going in this direction, you might have some other cards that work well with this, and can find a way to get it back in play or in your hand, so you can use it multiple times. I think 3 chances of discovering a spell and casting it at random targets. If you get something like Volcano, what might work really well in a control shaman. We'll just have to see what else comes out, and I think this card is going to see play.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't want to keep derailing this, but I keep going back to the fact that this is a spear. It's being used by shaman. It's like, is the person working on shaman, did they ever even play the class? I mean, it's like all the other classes have the flavor that made them popular, and it's like Murlocs and spears. It's like, what is that shaman person doing?
Well, Versika, to make you feel better, our community mostly agrees with you, and they see it as 400 dust.
Yeah.
So, all right. Moving on, we now have Branching Paths. This is a druid spell that we got to see used yesterday during the live stream. It's 4 mana, choose twice, draw a card, give your minions +1 attack, gain 6 armor. So when you play this spell, you're given a discover of those 3 options. You choose one, and then you choose one again. So it's really kind of cool, but with all of the buffs things that Druid already has, do we think this has a home in, say, something like Token Druid?
Well, first off, it's been confirmed. It does not work with doesn't work any differently with Fandral.
Because Fandral targets choose one.
And this is not a choose one effect. This is, you have 3 options that show up on the screen.
4.
You pick one.
No, 3. Yeah. Sorry, 3.
You have 3 options, you pick one. Then those same 3 options come up, you pick one again. So you can draw 2 cards. You can gain 12 armor. You can get +2 attack to your minions. But I don't like the +1 attack on this, mainly because if you pick +1 attack twice, it's a more expensive, worse Savage Roar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I would like to see it either lower in mana or maybe give your minions +2 attack, but then it's a blown up Savage Roar. I don't know where they would.
Would you
find
say
the
this
middle
is
ground for that.
balanced?
I wouldn't say it's balanced. If you're looking at it in the archetype of aggro druid. Now, if you're planning a more mid-rangey druid, then maybe this fits. I'm not sure. It's very versatile, but I don't think it has a home.
Okay, so here's my thing. Maybe we're looking at it the wrong way.
It's possible. It's very possible.
How many times in Druid have you just been aggroed down and you're just like, if I just had one more turn?
Yeah, and this is 4 mana for 12 armor.
Yeah, on turn 4, you're getting 12 armor. I mean, that's pretty much allows you to regain control.
And how many times has your hand been empty and you're like, if I could just draw that living mana?
Yeah, or, I mean, late game. Here's the thing. You can cast it on turn 4, save yourself from aggro. You cast it on turn 7. You give your minions +1 attack. Maybe that helps you regain control of the board or helps you draw into something. And then at the end of the game, if you draw it late, you get to cast it away and draw 2 more cards for 4 mana. That still gives you 6 mana to work with, especially when considering that you've got something else we're talking about later, the Druid Weapon, which will let you refill that. I think, is it a 2 of? Probably not. But I think if... I don't know that this is going to see tournament play, but I think if you're trying to prep Druid for the ladder and you're just wanting cards that help you in both the aggro matchup and the control matchup, I think this card finds a home as an answer, not a win condition, but an answer to a question. So, I don't know. So with Jade coming out, Druid is losing a lot of its identity. You still have Token Druid, which will remain largely intact, but there's still got to be another Druid that emerges. So, new
Big
Druid?
Easy Druid is still around,
right? But Big Easy loses Usarge.
Yeah, that's true.
So now you have to.
No, it doesn't. Now, that's Whispers. It doesn't lose Whispers.
It does in March.
It does in March.
Well, Whispers was last year, wasn't it? Man.
So it loses. Yeah, so it loses that identity of that big Druid, but you still have a lot of cards that can now be rearranged. But that it still leaves a lot of questions unanswered. It still has trouble handling hard aggro. It still has trouble handling late game control. This card gives you a little bit of versatility in answering both of those questions effectively. Not well, but it gives you perhaps a little versatility to get you to maybe something else that helps you out a little bit more. It's a bridge card. So like I said, maybe we're looking at it in the current set, but I think a lot of people underestimate the impact that Whispers leaving Standard is going to have, and I think Druid is one of the classes that's going to get hit the hardest.
Okay.
One more food for thought on that is, during the Gadgetzan Druid era, where it was all about drawing cards, whether it was Malagos or Jade, it didn't matter. Feral Rage was used strictly to draw a card off of Gadgetzan, as well as give you 8 armor. This does the same thing, can possibly let you draw an additional card or 2, and can give you as much as 12 armor if you want, depending on your situation. So,
right, and remember that Feral Rage leaves.
Yeah, Feral Rage leaves. So this would fill that spot, same mana slot, for use with gadgets then on, say, like a turn 10.
Very versatile. Very
It
versatile.
really did. Feral Rage shored up a very soft spot in the Druid underbelly. This kind of helps soften that blow a little bit. Because I don't think Blizzard wants to see another class that was popular just get completely shoved into irrelevance.
So I changed my vote.
I was going to say, look, our community's pretty evenly split, but leave it to Zeroshio to jump ship. So, and Spiver makes a good point in chat. He says it could be that, knowing that this was coming could be part of the reason for the bump in 1 mana cost to Spreading Plague.
Yeah, because comboed with this and Mark of Lotus on 10, it would just make these giant broken treants.
Yes. Yeah. So, all right, next up, we have Level Up. 5 mana. Give your silver hand recruits +2/+2 and taunt.
Oh, yeah.
So, if you are a Dude Paladin fan, this is for you.
I love the dudes. Wait.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Somebody's gonna clip that. Anyways,
Yeah.
I love Silverhand Recruit Paladin. I know in today's meta this doesn't fit real well because it's mainly flooded with Murlocs. I could see this going back to a tried true Paladin. There is a card that was revealed at BlizzCon that allows you to get some Silverhand Recruits in your hands on a Death Rattle. So I see this coming back, especially with Tareem. Tareem works really well with Silverhand Recruits. If you can sustain minions on the board in this new meta with this new set coming out with Kobolds and Catacombs, I think Level Up's going to be great. I love this card.
Rasika, thoughts?
Admittedly, I don't play a lot of Paladin, so I don't feel like I can really pass judgment on this card yet. Spiver in chat talked about how much the card art is amazing. I cannot wait to see this card art golden. But I think, once again, you're going to see the impact of Whispers leaving. I see Paladin coming back into more of that control style Paladin with Silverhand Recruits as the main hero power result. So I think this could see play. I think with a 5 casting cost, it's going to have to be in a control style Paladin. But when you think about it, if you can get a couple Silverhand Recruits to stick on the board, you give them +2/+2 and taunt. That's a lot for a lot of classes to clear.
So yeah,
it can be pretty sick.
10 mana, 5/2/2 taunt, or 5/3/3 taunts.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yep.
I mean it's pretty good. If you can get it to work, I think this could be really powerful.
You know where I really see this card? As a giant poster at Level Up Games in Knoxville.
All right. Well, our community is mostly split. We have 3 who love the card, 4 who are not big fans of the card, and 3 who think it should be dusted. So, all right. Next up, the Lesser Mithril Spellstone. So this is the Warrior Spellstone. We saw some of the others during BlizzCon. This is 7 mana. Summon 1 5/5 Mithril Golem. Equip a weapon to upgrade it. Well,
Yes.
one thing warriors do well is equip weapons all day long.
Now remember, this is equip a weapon, not play a weapon. So if you get a weapon off an effect like Malkarok or a Nazos First Mate, it does count towards this. Now, to get the upgrade, it has to be in your hand at the time of equipping the weapon. It's not just in your deck. It has to be in your hand.
Right. So, what does it look like when it's upgraded? The answer is summon 2 5/5 golems, or equip another weapon, and summon 3 5/5 golems. So, it wouldn't be real hard to equip 3 weapons before turn 7. Or 2 weapons before turn 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, but once again, in this meta, can you really afford to keep a card in your hand off the draw that is you're just going to buff along the way for 7 turns?
That's true.
Control Paladin has done worse. Control Warrior has done worse. Yeah. Especially during the age of Cthulhu Control Warrior, you keep some huge cards in your hand just because of their impact on turn 5, 6, or 7.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. The
majority of our community thinks this is a dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like it. And I think this is another one that may see quite a bit of play at the beginning of the release, but I think I honestly think the Spellstones so far are kind of lackluster overall. So I'm worried that they're not going to get into the tournament meta or competitive play at all.
Okay. Well, that brings us to the Hunter Legendary Katharina Winterwisp. She is an 8-mana 6/6 with a Battle Cry and Death Rattle. Recruit a beast. So, if you remember the recruit mechanic, when it comes into play, pulls a beast out of your deck, and when she dies, will again pull a beast out of your deck into play. So you get 2 beasts for the 8 mana. She's a 6/6. Do you think she's too much? Or do you think maybe somewhere in the ether there's a big easy hunter?
I think somewhere in the ether there is a big easy hunter. They've slowly been giving some tools to allow a more controlling hunter. And the biggest complaint was if you play a controlling hunter, you don't have the big beast pull at the end. Well, they solved that with Rexar, but there were still some tools that just didn't fit right. Well, those slower control hunters have been taking more beasts out and putting in things like Stitch Tracker and more quality minions instead of beast minions. Well, with this card, you can actually take out all of your low-end beasts and just leave in things like Highmane, King Crush, and what's the new one? The other king, the giant dinosaur from Ongoro. Swamp King Dread, is that?
Yes, that sounds right.
Swamp King Dread, and put those in your deck. Of course, hope you don't draw them before you draw Katharina, and then she puts them right into play. Also, charge Devilsaur. If he gets recruited, he doesn't get his Battle Cry, and he's not restricted from charging to face. He's the 7/7 minion with charge that says Battle Cry cannot attack a hero. Well, he doesn't get that if he's summoned into play with recruit. I think she's going to be good. I think there is a place for a big hunter, big easy hunter, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I like her a lot.
Forsika, thoughts?
I want her to work. I want there to be a tempo/control style hunter. But after wanting this and hoping for it and wishing for it for 2 years now, I'm kind of soured on the notion. Like, I don't know that they know how to make it work. So my initial gut instinct on this one is they've not done it before. I doubt they'll be able to do it this time. I want her to work. Everything Zeroshio said is like music to my ears, but number one, will Hunter players embrace it? And number two, can the meta stay balanced enough for it to be a thing? So
I think so. Now, the community, our community, just like the whole community of Hearthstone right now, is split on this card. A lot of people love it. A lot of people want to dust it. And for the one person, Boyd, put the eggplant. Shame on you. Shame on you.
Oh, Boyd. All right. So, yeah, we've got three love, 2 like, 4 dusts. So.
And that was the end of the Peter Whalen Kibler stream.
That's correct. What we have now is what came out today, right?
Today. Yeah, right. And then this first one came out, I think, 2 a.m.
Yeah, so the Druid weapon, the Druid Legendary, Twig of the World Tree. 4 mana, 1/5, Death Rattle, gain 10 mana crystals. So it's Astral Communion on a beat stick, but you don't lose your hand. All right.
You're losing Coon. It's a Coon effect. One of the Coon effects.
Not exactly.
Yeah, Coon refreshes. This gives you 10 mana crystals.
If you put this out on 4 and somehow get it destroyed on 4, which would be very hard currently to do, you would go from 4 mana to 10 mana and stay there.
Right, but like you said, the problem is getting it destroyed at that early. You play it on 4, was turn 9 before you were able to work out the durability. So that's why I said a Coon effect.
Okay. Well,
my goodness, Fiverr.
Yeah. So if you guys remember, we had Ziggy Sarah from 1600 Dust on the show way back, and she's an avid Druid player, and apparently she told Spiver this morning, Ziggy's gonna swing a lot of twiggies. So
this twig is cray in a good way.
I was going to say, take away the death rattle for a second. You're giving Druid an extra attack every turn after turn 4.
That's true.
Okay, so here's my perfect scenario. I've been talking about this card in different Hearthstone groups all day. Perfect scenario. Keep in mind, 0.00001% chance of this happening. You start by ramping, as a Druid normally does. You play Twig of the World Tree. Next turn, you play Medivh, which overwrites this weapon, triggering the death rattle, giving you 10 mana crystals.
Only in Wild, because Medivh will exit play with Whispers of the Old Gods.
In March, but you have 3 months or 4 months to do it. So then you play Coon to refresh your mana crystals. Now you have 2 7/7s on the board, and with the refresh, you play Ultimate Infestation, giving you a 5/5 ghoul and a 10 mana whatever you get from Atiesh. Now you have tempo board.
And you say only till March, but how annoying and effective was the whole brand Reno meta when Mean Streets came out? It truly did affect the meta for a while until the new standard year. I like this card. Here's my theory. We saw something new in Rogue secrets, because it makes sense for Rogue to have secrets. Druids are also a very combative combative class in World of Warcraft, and I was surprised when they never had weapons. So I wouldn't be surprised if we might actually see a couple new Druid weapons, which would make this much more powerful, because then you can easily overwrite your weapon with another weapon. I don't think they're going to be low-cost weapons, however.
Right.
I think shenanigans are going to be had with this card, and I think it's another card that you don't know what you're going to get until you see the rest of the set, but it's going to be impactful. And just like the community and Reddit as a whole, our community is almost split 50-50 across the board on their kind of opinions on this. Just as many people almost love it as they want to dust it as they like it and dislike it. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun card.
All right. Next up, we have the Rummaging Kobold. 3 mana, 1/3. Battle Cry. Return one of your destroyed weapons to your hand. Ooze what?
Graveyard mechanics. Somebody's breaking into Harrison's museum.
I think this card is disgustingly powerful for Warrior.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
I just think I don't think it will see play outside of Warrior, but I think for Warrior it is going to be so ridiculous. Like, I look at this card and I'm thinking, somebody owed somebody a favor.
What about this in Shaman with all the Jade Fist and
going away?
Maybe we see this in combination bring back Doomhammer.
Well, Okay, so yes, so you could get a Doom Hammer, but remember that they lose Spirit Claws. Shaman loses Spirit Claws, and they lose Jade Claws. So really, you're back to just two Shaman weapons, and to put into a Shaman deck with your Shaman weapons. Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Shadow Blade's pretty awesome. I could see possibly doing this with Rogue and you actually getting a legitimate weapon Rogue, but you're going to have to really build the deck around that concept. And are there enough Rogue cards to back that concept up? I don't know. We're just going to have to see when we get into the new set. So based on what we know and what is existing now, which is really all we can go for, we know what's leaving, we know what's going to be left. Really, this only makes sense to put in Warrior, but wow, what an impact it's going to have in Warrior.
I beg to differ. I think it's going to be more impactful in classes that only going to use one or two weapons because you know what weapon you're going to get back. I mean, imagine this in a deck that has you face Jaraxxus and you get that weapon completely back if it gets destroyed or you happen to get through the charges.
See, I was getting ready to say,
to get Jaraxxus.
How often do you get through the charges?
Yeah, and you know, I'm just looking. You're looking at a 3-cost card, and you're looking at really, do you want to draw it at the end of the game? Not really. This is something that I would want.
Spaver mentioned a good one. Ashbringer.
Yeah,
Paladin.
Paladin, you could get Ashbringer back, and Paladin also has True Silver Champion.
Oh, yeah.
How many times have you wished you had a third True Silver Champion?
Oh, yeah.
You're looking at, what is it? Blade of Justice. So, you know, Paladin, I could see it working in Paladin as well. I think it will see the most play in Warrior, but I could see it working in Paladin as well. I think for everyone else, it's just kind of, I think the return on investment for that slot is a little low.
Well, look at check this out. It's 3 mana, so it comes usually a turn after ooze. Maybe this could be designed for some way to return back your legendary weapon. Maybe it's anti weapon tech. If you're running Dragon Soul and then they ooze it, then the next turn you can rummage in Kobold and get your Dragon Soul back again. And they've used their weapon removal. That's a possibility. Maybe. Now my question is this: in Wild, if you do this with Brand, do you get 2 copies of it?
Probably not. Yeah, I guess it would. The effect would trigger twice. So I would imagine you would get 2 copies of something. You probably wouldn't get the same weapon unless it was the only weapon. But it would probably trigger the effect and roll that modifier twice. So.
Okay. All right. So again, our community is mostly positive about this card. 3 love it, 3 like it, 2 are not fans. So, all right. The next card's pretty cheesy, so stick with us. Zola the Gorgon. Or Gorgon Zola.
Oh, God, I didn't even think of that. Oh, no. No. That's horrible. I love it.
So this card wins the name game in I
was wondering why people were making cheese jokes all day. I'm like, what's cheese? I don't see cheese. Oh God, I didn't get it.
Yeah. Well, now guys, we had an awesome reaction from Zeroshio. Now let's talk about the card. It's a 3-mana 2/2 neutral legendary. Battle Cry. Choose a friendly minion, add a golden copy of it to your hand. This card, I feel like, is so good because
you are right.
You can combo it with a lot of cards to give you a 3rd copy of a minion,
or a 2nd copy of a legendary,
I mean, that is just awesome.
This
in
could
any
allow
class.
for
It's neutral.
This could allow for other Keleseth classes.
Yes.
Great.
Well, but not even. I mean, I know when we look at it, because Keleseth is 2 and this is 3. Immediately we think, well, that means that every Keleseth has to die on turn 2 now. Yes, Keleseth should also always die on turn 2. But when you look at it, I mean, look at it like, how many times have you wished that you had used your Alexstrasza 2 turns earlier, and now you have to use it defensively?
Yeah.
So now you defensive Alexstrasza to stay in the game, then you Zola, and now you can offensive Alexstrasza
The next turn. Yeah.
the next turn. I mean, you look at so many others that have effects that are just, I mean, you think about how hard it is for Priest to get rid of Ysera. I mean, until now, it's Faceless Manipulator, and who plays that anymore, right? But now you've got Zola, who can copy anything in your deck, so she's super versatile anyway. If you get that out, wow.
Yep.
Or, I mean, like you were so fond of saying earlier in this discussion, what about Barnes? Barnes is rotating out for the next 4 months. You're going to be able to Zola whatever Barnes brings on the board if you draw it later.
That's true.
Big Easy Priest was going to be my point. This is going to be great in Big Easy Priest. I mean, you Eternal Servitude a card out, and then immediately you can Gorgonzola this back to your hand, and the Barnes Gorgonzola. There's so many uses for Gorgonzola. It's going to make the meta just delicious.
Well, I mean, think about this. Think about, okay, I see you're rummaging Kobold, and I raise you Zola on my Swamp Ooze, or my Leroy, or my Harrison.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Black Knight. This is great for tech cards, and I love tech cards.
Yeah. So
love tech cards.
Our community overwhelmingly agrees this is one of the best cards they've revealed thus far.
Now, I read it at first and thought, it just puts a golden copy. There's no use for it. I thought it was trash. And then I just took golden out of it because it's just
That's what
flavor.
I tried to tell you.
and then I realized that this card is, for 3 mana, it fits in so many combo-centric decks. A lot of your really good cards you want to couple with some kind of combo with is around the 6-7 mana cost. Yep. And there's not a lot of really good 3 mana cards that combo with it, and this is going to fit right in there.
Yep.
I love Gorgonzola on everything.
Yep. Well, Spiver says Keleseth is not cheesy enough, but double Reno, that's the extra cheese.
Oh my God, Gorgonzola.
So, all right. The last card that was released just a little while ago, like before the show.
An hour ago?
Yep, right before the show. Is the Spiteful Summoner. He's a 6-mana 4/4 with a battle cry, reveal a spell from your deck, summon a random minion with the same cost.
Okay, so since Sarosha's mulling this over, I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there. Meteor. Volcano. Ultimate Infestation.
Pyroblast.
I mean, we could go on and on. I mean, didn't we just nerf a certain Druid card to cost 1 more?
Yep.
I mean, Hex now is 4. It's some of these spells went up, and it actually just played right into Spiteful Summoner's hand. I think 4/4 in a Priest, in a meta where Priest is not only relevant but prevalent, I would say that a 4/4 that's going to give me another minion on top of it. I mean, I think it's going to be strong.
So it reveals a spell showing your opponent, but it puts. I'm assuming it puts it back in your deck. It doesn't say draw.
Right. It's a joust.
Holy Wrath doesn't see play. Even in niche decks, it's almost impossible to pull off. I think that if you were able to make a deck that only had a handful of high-end spells, this would work out really well. You'd have guaranteed. You'd have a guaranteed effect with it.
Big Easy Spell Mage?
The problem is most of those type of decks have larger minions and smaller cost spells to prepare for the larger minions, not the inverse. And if you're running smaller minions and omitting your smaller spells, The only place I could possibly see this maybe put in is Warlock, where you actually do that already, where you have a lot of heavy low-cost minions and not so many spells. You might have a Mortal Coil and a Defile, but that's about it. The rest of your deck has I don't know why I'm blanking on it. The 6 mana that heals you for 3 and destroys a minion.
Treachery? No.
Not Treachery.
No.
You talking about Siphon Soul?
Siphon Soul, yeah. You got Siphon Soul in there. In some cases, you have Twisting Nether and maybe Doom. It might go there, but I really can't think anywhere else it would fit. I know when I saw the preview art for this, they just showed her face. I thought it was a Warlock card. I thought it would easily be with the colors and everything be a Warlock card. I think this will fit in Warlock, but I can't imagine any other deck that it would fit in.
Well, Craptasm in chat is saying, you've got Spockridge Steed. You've got Blessing of Champions. And you've got Lay on Hands. Okay, so that's Paladin. You think Druid, who typically struggles with Priest right now. So what if you pull a swipe? They know it's in your deck anyway, right?
They
so
know
suddenly
Infestation's in your deck.
Right. So suddenly you paid 6 mana and you've got 2 4/4s on the board. You look at, like I said, Meteor. Mage struggles in the mid game with minions. They don't really have any impactful mid game minions. You have to get it from other sources. So, a 6 mana, a 4/4, and suddenly let's say that you pull out a Fireball. Okay, so once again, it's 2 4/4s. It's a great mid game tempo card for classes that struggle in the mid game. Which right now, in my opinion, are, I would say, approximately a third of the classes struggle in the mid game.
Not knowing where the meta is going to be or where it could possibly be, I can't see it changing to make this favorable in a lot of decks. But we never know. We haven't seen all the set yet, which is my motto there. You really can't judge completely until you've seen the full set.
That's right.
So hopefully something comes out that makes it so maybe some lower cost minions have board control effects, so you don't have to rely on like equality in your paladin or rely on your lower cost stuff like Wrath in Druid, so you're not getting 2 or 3 cost spells turned into minions.
Yeah, but I mean, hopefully you're using those early game. You're getting them when you want to get them. When I'm looking at this, I know I can't look at it based on what is coming out, but I can look at it based on what I know is going out. You're losing Whispers. You're losing Karazhan. You're losing Mean Streets of Gadgets. And those cards, we've become so reliant on them that when we look at these cards, we're taking it into account, or we're placing them in a meta that has these cards in them, and they're not going to be there now.
Yeah, but see, that's talking about when the next. That doesn't happen when Kobolds and Catacombs comes out. That happens.
No, it's
in
4
April.
months. It's 4 months.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not going to stop playing for 4 months.
Right, but is this card going to be impactful when it comes out? Maybe not. Will it be impactful in March? I think in March it becomes more impactful.
When we have a new set.
And that's possible, and that's very true to look at it that way. But at the same time, I do want it impactful in December when it comes out, and I want to push for Legend or want to make some impact with this card. I will still be playing competitively in the THL in the Ragnaros League, as well as the Sylvanas League. So I'm hoping that this comes out well and is impactful in the meta come December. I just don't know if it will.
Yeah. I'm playing a little bit more of this year too, so
yeah.
We'll see which one of us is on the right end of this one.
All right, so that's it for all the card reveals thus far. Yep. Tomorrow we will have 4 more reveals.
There's one more tonight.
Oh,
it's going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern.
10 p.m. Eastern. Okay, and then tomorrow, and that is from Yahoo Esports.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow, YouTuber Check Cloud, PC Gamer, Kriparian, and Chinese streamer, what's her name? Hang on. Snowkiss will all have reveals spread out throughout the day tomorrow. So, gonna have lots of new cards to talk about over the next few days. So if you're not already a patron, patreon.com/hero power, you can get in on the discussion with us for as little as $1 a month. So,
Yep.
All right, gang, that's gonna do it for us this week. Well, we do need to talk
We
about
have a deck to play.
I was gonna say we do need to talk about the deck real quick before we switch over and play it. I'm just excited to see it. I want to get over there and play it. All right, so we are going to play Teebs Control Mage. The deck list, like I said, submitted to us by Versika, consists of 2 Arcanologist, 2 Frostbolt, 2 Medivh's Valet, 2 Primordial Glyphs, Pyros, 2 Arcane Intellects, 1 Ice Barrier, 2 Ice Blocks, 2 Volcanic Potions, 2 Fireballs, 2 Polymorphs, 2 Blizzards, 1 Meteor, 1 Skulking Geist, 1 Barongeddon, 2 Firelands Portals, 1 Flame Strike, Alexstrasza, and Frostlich Jaina. So, Versika, tell us a little bit about this before we switch over and play it.
It's a new take on Control Mage that doesn't just one turn kill you. It basically uses Frostlich Jaina to wear you down and to just drive it home one slow life-stealing elemental at a time. We played a version of this on the Happy Hearthstone 12-hour stream on Saturday. And it was brought to Andrew's live by one of his listeners. So after we played it, I was very intrigued by the deck. So I went to see if I could find where it originated, and based on what we played, I went and found that it looks like Teebs had taken this into a high-ranking legend. So I was very interested in getting his list, and as far as I can tell, this was the original list. So we'll see what happens. Now, with that being said, I was not able to find Teebs playing this list, but we were a little earlier this week, so I didn't get the normal prep time into the deck. So it'll be interesting to play it tonight because I don't have my normal practice time in with it.
All right, cool. Well, then let's go and check it out live with everybody else. So if you're joining us on Twitch or YouTube, please stay tuned for the live play portion of our show. If you are listening via our audio podcast, we'd like to thank you for joining us. Remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOGamers or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you enjoy the show, you can help support it and improve it, or you can join all of our discussions about these new release cards by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/HeroPower. Until then, we'll see you again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power and eat lots of turkey. Happy Thanksgiving.
Alrighty.
Pulled an audible.
Yeah, so while I fire up Battle.net...
Oh, Lord, you don't have Battle.net. I'm already searching for opponents. I've actually already found an opponent.
That's fine. I'll be in just a second.
So what's your mulligan look like?
I'm still zoning in.
Ah.
Hearthstone is already on, like, what do they call it when you eat too much turkey?
Tryptophan.
Tryptophan. It's already on tryptophan. So we're going first, and my mulligan is Primordial Glyph, Arcane Intellect, and Volcanic Potion.
What are we playing?
Playing against a Golden Druid.
So chances of it being token. So maybe we hold on to the Volcanic Potion.
I would say the chances of being token druid are pretty high. I actually am okay with keeping the whole hand.
Aggro druid is very prevalent right now.
So I'm more inclined to keep Arcane Intellect because we don't get to draw our fourth card. So
Okay. Craptasm says he's played a deck like this before, and it's very hard not to die.
I hope that's the case. All right. Well, with nothing to do, we'll be passing that turn.
Having Volcanic Potion in our hand is very good, though.
Yep.
We'll know if this is Aggro Druid pretty quick.
I would imagine so.
Jade's still pretty prevalent.
Not usually this low. Jade kind of gets up a little bit higher.
I'm up at rank 3 right now, and I'm seeing nothing but Aggro Druid.
Gotcha.
I have been playing a lot without Whispers, so my win rate is a little lower this month than normal.
He is taking his time.
I don't think he's at his computer.
He's probably looking on Twitch to see if you're streaming so he can snipe you.
Hey, guess what? I'm on Twitch. Snipe me. I actually like being sniped. Makes it more challenging.
Oh my goodness!
Jungle Giants!
Yay! Yay! I'm so excited.
I don't know that I've ever seen 25 years. I don't know that I've ever seen Zoroshio get that excited over anything other than like a sack full of crystals.
Buffets get me that excited.
All right, so I think, given what we're playing against, I think Primordial Glyph here is okay, especially if we can get a secret out of it. I would really, really like to get Mirror Entity.
Yeah.
Polymorph may come in really handy.
2 mana. Polymorph. I mean, even Firelands Portal is going to be good too. Either one of those is really a good pick.
So what do you think?
Probably Polymorph. That's probably the better way to go.
That's what I think.
What I think too.
I would have rather seen a post-up Polymorph, but
Yeah. Like you said, 2 mana Polymorph is not bad. So here comes the ramp. I would imagine we're going to see an Anaconda next turn.
I might see a Forager. Anaconda 7 mana.
What am I thinking of?
Probably think of the Forager that puts a 5-cost minion in your hand. Or
That's what I was thinking of, yeah. All right, so went ahead and played the Arcane Intellect. I don't know that we're going to get a better opportunity to play it than then.
Yeah.
We did get into Iceblock and Frostlich Jaina. Iceblock enables the Medivh Valet, which is going to be pretty impactful here in just a moment, I would say.
I think you're right. Comes a Nourish.
Yeah.
4 mana. Okay. Naturally.
Both Ice Blocks.
I think Ice Block's really the way to go here.
Yep, we got 8 cards in the hand. I think we need to go ahead and enable that Medivh Valet.
Yeah, in my variation of this deck, I only run 1 Ice Block because usually the second one ends up being dead. But it works really well for Teebs. I've seen him play this a couple times. He did play a variation of this at DreamHack Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken.
That's the one I was thinking. Elder Longneck. Don't get the health. Don't get
Even
the
if
health.
even if he gets the health, no, it'd be +3 health, so it'd be a 5/4. Wind Fury, that's great. Just why would he do that? You can just ping it.
He probably didn't have...
He probably didn't have the option for the can't be targeted or the health.
Or the plants. Probably had...
Or Divine Shield, or he's going to ping it himself.
Yeah, and draw the card.
What is this guy doing?
That's actually kind of smart. He knows you're going to kill it, so kill it himself and get the card.
Yeah, but he should have made me waste the 2 mana.
What are you going to do with it?
I think we ping face pass. We're really just wanting to
You
get to
could
turn
play the
9.
valet and go face, but
No, I think we just focus on getting the frostlet so we can polymorph something and start making elementals.
Yeah.
We're going to win this in the late game. That we're not playing against a quick deck, so we got all the time in the world. He's not going to pull a trigger until turn 10 anyways.
which is 2 turns away for him.
Until 10 mana, yeah. Fair enough.
Oh, never mind. Next turn. No,
No, he's going to
draw
draw.
cards, yeah.
Yeah. If he was about to hit the quest, I could see it.
Here we go.
There we go. But that's fine. We have the volcanic potion, or we can
Medivh's valet.
valet. Either way,
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get a very
I think
good
you're
opportunity to use Volcanic Potion.
I think anything that we would use volcanic potion for, we can do with Medivh's valet.
Yeah.
He's not going to flood the board with a bunch of two health minions or less.
We should be able to Firelands Portal anything he puts out this turn.
Or not.
Or not.
So
So we could take 5 to the face and use both valets and a fireball to take it out, or we could polymorph and ping it.
So, is there any merit to just putting out the valets now and doing damage to it? See if he trades? Setting up for Blizzard next turn? If we valet and valet it, that puts it at 4.
Yeah, and we could ping it.
Ping it puts it at 3. Makes him, hesitant to trade. Maybe he removes the valets in another way and leaves it out, but then it sets up for a Blizzard ping the next turn.
I'm okay with that. What do you think about it, Amontes?
Yeah, that's as good a play. I mean, we've got our 3rd polymorph in our hand, so that is always an option, but I would rather hold on to that to polymorph ping once we have Jaina on the board.
Exactly. The valet ping.
All right.
Only way we get punished is the Moonglade portal.
And there it is.
Why do I do this to myself?
Oh, and he got Hogger.
Then we got Huffer.
Not Huffer. Hogger.
Hogger. So still, Blizzard's still a good spot here.
Yeah, I'm okay with Blizzard.
Blizzard and ping the
Hogger.
Ancient.
Oh,
Because Blizzard's going to clear it next turn.
okay.
Though we'll probably want a Frostlich next turn. Let's see here. He is 3 of 5 on his quest. He's almost there. There. So, can we take an onslaught of damage? I don't think we can take that much.
I don't think we can either.
We take 17 after the 5 off our shield, so we take 22 total. I think we got a Blizzard again. Question is, do we feel like we need a polymorph?
If we polymorph in Blizzard, we only have to deal with Bone Mare, which we can do with Firelands Portal.
Yeah, we got lots of way to deal with it. I think we polymorph in Blizzard. I hate to use the polymorph now, but we're not going to have a good time to Jaina. He might not give us a good time to Jaina at all. He's got a lot of answers in his hand.
So what are we afraid of here?
Um,
I would classify that as
it's-
Barnabas. I would
It's gonna
classify
freak
as being
Barnabas out.
scared of.
I
But
think
he
we
didn't have a minion to back it up.
Hmm.
Oh, he did. Well, because it only reduces the cost in your deck, not in your hand.
Right.
I think we need to Jaina.
We Jaina, we take 13 next turn.
But we'll be at
Yeah,
31.
we got 31. We take more than 13. We take 13 extra. Yeah. Well, they'll knock the 5 armor off, and then we'll take 13.
Right.
Can he do another 13 in one turn? I don't think
I don't think he can, but the next turn doesn't get us in any better position.
Well, the difference is we'll get some healing off of the elemental if he clears it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So while we'll take 13, we should get 3 points of healing.
Okay. I don't agree with it, but we'll do it.
We got to get her out. Is my point.
The deck, I don't think the deck can really win without her on the board.
Yeah.
I think the deck can't win because we didn't take advantage of what we've got in our hand now. We'll take 13 this turn with an inability to clear it for next turn. We're going to have to do what I wanted to do this next turn.
If we can drop,
We're going to have
Meteor,
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a meteor is the way out. But I mean, even then, I was going to say, this is bone marrow on Stranglethorn. So
Yeah, but
okay.
we have now removed
Okay.
ourselves from any win condition in our deck.
well, we just healed for 4. If he uses his face here, we heal for 4.
And we take 22.
We'll take 17. Oh, he
We
didn't
only take
unstealth
8.
it. He didn't unstealth it.
No, because he has us his turn. He'll pop the block. 17, 22, 27. He can't pop the block.
So we need Arcane Intellect.
What are we looking for?
Do we keep Frost Novas in the deck? I don't see Frost Nova.
Nope. We only had the blizzards.
No. I mean, right now,
For Meteor.
a meteor removes 8 damage off the board.
But we can't. Can we cast meteor?
Yes,
6,
it's only
right?
6.
Yeah, it's 6.
Yeah,
We could.
but we don't get it, so that pretty much does us in.
Well, no. We can Volcanic Potion Fireball.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah,
we just
you
want to
can-
dedicate
you can
to go to
volcanic
face.
Potion Fireball.
That removes 8. But still doesn't give us anything to fight back on the board with.
No, if he doesn't pop our block, we may just need Alexstrasza. Maybe we probably should have. Now that I think about it, probably should have Alexstrasza last turn instead of doing that. But we're just in a rough spot. Ooh, that's wicked. I have never seen this deck work well. I'm excited for it.
At this point, not even meteor helps us, right?
Well,
It didn't matter because it didn't draw it anyway.
Alexstrasza face.
nah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't help us.
No, if we Alexstrasza face, he'll pop our block. But then we can ice block and start doing burn to the face. You know what I mean?
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next turn we could ice block Fireline's Portal face.
Yeah.
We're not close enough to fatigue.
Spiver says Zeroshio's on the right line of play.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And now that I think about it, we probably should have, instead of Arcane Intellect, we probably should have Alexstrasza last turn because we would have been one short of lethal this turn, but we would have had an Ice Block in our hand. Was it one short? Yeah, we were one short. Fireball, Frostbolt's 15. But we could have Fireball, Frostbolt, Ice Blocked.
He's trying to think of a clean way to pop the block.
There isn't much of one.
Oh.
Oh wow, that's really going to help him because that puts him out.
Yeah, that puts him out of range.
Yeah,
I was actually really surprised he didn't do that earlier.
Yeah,
I was expecting that a couple of turns ago.
Spiver said, "You got to burn him like a forest fire."
that's right. Oh no, concede. I think Spiver might have the right line.
I think you just stick to it, play the other Ice Block and Firelands Portal.
Yeah. Maybe we can draw into the other Primordial Glyph into another Ice Block. I don't think that would still be short if he hero powers. I don't understand why he's making such a big deal on clean trades. He kind of has.
Maybe just trying to make sure he didn't miss something. Oh, never
All
mind.
right, now bottom right.
Now, bottom right. I like how that deck worked. I like that a lot. Why is this guy still rank 17 playing like he made some good choices?
I mean, I got bored with the meta. I've done nothing but play around this cycle.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, I have not tried to push because I've tried so many different things.
I know why you're down here. Because, you're just being the alchemist, the mad scientist.
All right, so this time we are playing against a shaman, and our opening hand is Frostbolt, Fireball, Arcanologist, and Skulking Geist.
I think we throw back everything but the Arcanologist. Maybe keep the Frostbolt. I think we definitely throw back Fireball and Geist.
I think that is the right play. If I was playing it, I'd keep Geist just because I want to kill their Evolve. But
I can see that.
The right play is to throw it back.
Turn 5 coin Geist. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
So here's the thing. There's only one Geist in the deck.
Right.
If we think this is Evolve, then keeping it in the opening hand is the right play.
Because it kills Doppelgangster Evolve.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Okay.
That's my thought.
No, and it's a good thought.
Just because I've played this match many times. I remember I started playing this style of Mage, day one of Ngoro.
Yeah, so
Not Ngoro, day one of Knights of Frozen Throne.
I've opened about 140 packs of Lich King and have not opened a single Skulking Geist out of all those packs.
I opened one, but I crafted my other. Most of the decks there for a while, I ran two. Even though I only really needed one, I wanted to make sure I got to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always dusted my second Geist. Just because, for that reason, I don't think you need to.
Hero Power Pass?
It's interesting.
Or do you want to go ahead and get develop the Arcanologist?
I don't see any reason not to develop the Arcanologist.
Yeah.
We've
Thing
got
with our
an ice block in hand already, so
Yeah, but we'll get the ice barrier and it'll thin our deck to get us to our more powerful cards like
or we'll get
Exactly.
the second ice block and it'd be stuck in
Either
our hand.
way, it still thins the deck.
Either way.
Okay.
And it challenges the board.
Yep.
Yeah, the important part is not always getting the secret. It's taking the secret out of your deck.
Yep.
Because it also, I may want to play Ice Block next turn, or I may want to keep it. If I don't have Medee's Valet and I'm not in danger of dying right now, is there a reason to play it? You can make an argument that, oh, Lord. Really?
What?
And there's the Cthulhu.
Why are we not playing? Is this what Tuesdays are like? Is this what we have? No wonder Dan and Fred do Hearth Coach on Tuesdays. This is what you get.
Okay, so I don't think we have to worry about Evolve. At least not
maybe
on turn
not.
5. So I think there is there merit in frostbolting that?
I think Frostbolt coin ping or just Frostbolt it and ping it next turn.
I'm thinking frostbolt coin ping.
Okay, I'd get behind it.
Because I want to keep the Arcanologist for a trade into
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Beckoner.
I don't necessarily agree that we won't see Evolve, but I don't know if we will see Doppelgangster.
Yeah, I don't know we're going to see it on turn 5.
Yeah. I think because a lot of your Cthulhu cards are a little higher cost for their value, you might see Evolve still.
That's the one I was thinking of. Cthulhu's Chosen, not Beckoner of Evil.
Mm.
Ping trade?
Yeah,
Do we go ahead and Primordial Glyph?
I think so. Okay. I actually like
Tome?
the Kabbalist Tome.
I mean, it can get us anything, even a Kabbalist Tome. Or a boat.
We've got Meteor. That's 15 damage. I can take care of Cthulhu if I have to.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Cthulhu himself right now.
I like Kabbalist Tome here for the versatility.
I like it too. Yeah, and a 3-cost Kabbalist Tome can fit into a rotation somewhere later. I think we're probably going to Ice Barrier ping next turn, unless we draw something crazy.
Do we want a barrier or block?
At this point, I would say Barrier, because we want to get value out of the 8 armor. Especially after seeing the Noyotron. That basically heals for 8. So if we Ice Barrier an Arcanologist, I know Arcanologist doesn't get us a secret now, but it's a body that he might run the Noyotron into that sets up for removal later.
Is it worth the information we give him, though? That we have all our secrets in our hand?
That's fair. I mean, we would be putting one of them out, so he'd assume we only have one left.
What about pinging off the Divine Shield and using Kabbalist Tome?
Problem with that, it fills our hand up to 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'd overdraw.
If we're going to do that, we need a Kabbalist Tome and then put out Arcanologist. Because that would put us at 9. So basically heal for 4 on attack. Oh, he's just got all the things.
Wow. Our kingdom for a blizzard, right?
Right.
Yeah. So is there merit to Gabala's Tome now to see if maybe we can get into a volcanic potion?
That's what I'm thinking.
And then if we don't, we just drop the ice block so our hand's not full.
Right.
We might even get some small spot like that. Arcane Missiles is good. Forbidden Flame after we Arcane Missiles is good.
Or
Well, the Forbidden Flame doesn't give us any damage. But pretty good. I'll take it. So maybe this guy has not.
my.
Oh wow! Oh my!
Oh my.
Yeah, but it still leaves the 2/4/2s up. So if we meteor the 4/6 in the middle, that sets up the board for Flame Strike next turn, and
I'm
takes
okay
7
with
damage
that.
off.
We would drop a moon on him.
Yeah, I'd say meteor the middle 4/6, and you could even go as far as Forbidden Flaming the 3/1 after that. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can because you have 1 mana left.
Yep.
Yep.
That way you take 10 damage off.
All right.
And he's only got 5 cards in his hand, and we have 8.
Yeah, we've got answers for a lot of stuff.
He has kept the left card in his hand the whole time.
It's probably Cthulhu.
And it could be because he threw it back. He's just not giving us a good board.
I definitely want a frozen clone next turn.
Yeah. So, trying to think of this turn. We could Flame Strike, but it leaves the 4/5 up as a 4/5. It's really not a good way to deal with it.
What about Ostblock into Medivh Valet into Ping on the 4/5? Medivh Valet on the Emperor.
3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that sets up for next turn if we decide to Flame Strike. Depending what he does with his hand this turn. If he empties his hand, we might set up for Flame Strike Ping next turn. But if he doesn't, then we're probably seeing Cthulhu next turn. But do we really want a frozen clone of Cthulhu?
It's 20 damage. No,
20? No, we get it as
12 damage. That's right. It's 2 6/6s and 12 damage.
North. Why are we going on North? I like.
Thank you. That's a Ping Flame Strike.
Yep. That's a board clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't get to frozen clone.
That's okay. I have a feeling that we're going to get a second chance.
You think this is Cthulhu?
I think this is Cthulhu.
Nope.
No.
Oh! So
Hadn't
he has
seen that
done
in
the
a
Cthulhu
while.
package and the Divine Shield package. I think this guy has come back to Hearthstone
Perfect.
since last year.
We just top decked our second polymorph.
Yeah. There's that. Frozen Call. I wonder if Ping just dropping the Archaeologist.
I think he's getting greedy.
Yep.
I think you're right. I think he's trying to get that Cthulhu because he still has it. So, Violence Portal on a 3/3
Yeah.
and Frostbolt a 2/3.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Really
he's
use that
getting real
Frostledge
greedy.
Jaina.
Yeah, oh man, Frostless Jane. I forgot she's even in the deck. We haven't seen her halfway through her deck.
All right, I feel like we just need to get some presence on the board.
Drop
Yeah, I
the
think
2
you're right.
Beckoners and Arcane Intellect, maybe?
Skulking Geist.
I think I like Skulking Geist and the 2 Beckoners.
I like Skulking Geist, a Beckoner, and Ping a 2/1.
Okay.
It puts us a little bit further out of popping our block. Yeah, clear the taunt, of course. He's going to have something. Almost positive that's Cthulhu.
Yeah. This has to be Cthulhu.
Nope.
I think he doesn't want to pop our block with Cthulhu, which is not a good play. It's not Cthulhu.
It's not Cthulhu.
Bloodlust. But he's popping us at... Okay, he's popping us up. That's amazing. Okay, so that's good.
All right, so we have to cast this anyway.
Yep. Medivh.
Take that. Medivh's. It doesn't matter.
I'd say
The 0/2,
Yeah, I guess-
yeah. I guess it didn't really matter, yeah.
And we
player for the 2/3.
clear it all.
We go ahead and Arcane Intellect, try to get in the Jaina.
I think so.
Yeah.
This is the time.
All right.
What was a mistake? You don't know what you're talking about. Well, it's not dead, so you're not getting it back. I think we need to... Hold on a second. How much damage we got on the board? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Can we just go on a burn plan this turn?
See, I think we Pyros, Firelands Portal to the face, clear the 7/9 and the 1/1.
Okay, this is what I think. I think we Firelands Portal to the face, Pyros, and send everything to face.
Because then he has to pop, and then next turn we kill him if he has no way to clear
we
the
got
board.
Fireball in hand.
Yeah.
And we're putting another minion on the board.
That's risk reward. I can handle that.
Because we're putting 2 minions on the board he has to deal with. One's a 4/6. So he has to clear, or he's dead.
Unless he Cthulhu's, which he
He
didn't
did
have.
not.
Yeah.
That's game.
He's going to pop us. Yeah, we win.
Yep.
Fireball to face. Double fireball.
Double fireball.
Even if he cleared, we had him. Nice. Probably the plan we should have went last game, but he did have lots of heal. We're gonna try to do one more, or have we gone too long?
Matt at Arms says your deck is always burn plan. That should be your play from turn 1.
That's
Well, we're 1-1, so I'm going to go ahead and play. You guys can keep watching if you want.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Ivor, squelch your friends. You know that is what Chris says. Squelch your friends. That's good. We got a really active chat tonight. Thanks everybody that's been hanging out with us. Chris Leckness, Craptasm, Spiver, Ender Plays, Added Arms, of course. I think Boyd was here.
Boyd's been here. Ink's been here.
We appreciate everybody. You guys are awesome.
All right, so I think we throw it all back.
Yeah, we throw it all back against Paladin. Skulking Geist is only good if you can time it right after a hydrologist and they don't use it, and that it's just too hard to do.
All right, so double Valet, Polymorph, and Blizzard.
Not looking good. We may have to put out a Tempo Valet.
Maybe.
Hero Power Pass.
Yep.
Argent Squire in 2017?
It's a Blessing of Kings target.
Well, I know, but there's now one that it has taunt. Same kind of mana.
He's probably using that too.
We're getting a bunch of return players that haven't played in like a year.
Going into turn 3, he's got the coin. There's no way to clear both of them. It's 1 extra point of damage. Is it worth just doing the Arcane Intellect this turn?
I think we just Arcane Intellect. Hope we can get into Volcanic Potion.
Okay.
Well, Fireball at least protects us from the Blessing.
That's true.
Acolyte.
Frostbolt Ping?
Yeah, I think so.
Valet Ping?
No, we don't have
Valet
a secret.
doesn't give us anything. Because we don't have a
thinking
secret.
Tempo develop a minion.
Yeah, but this clears out the... if we did that, then he could run in and get 2-card draw off of the Acolyte.
Right.
And we don't want to do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 8 cards with the coin.
Craptasm said this could just be a bubble deck.
Could be.
I think he's right. I think it's a Kodo bubble.
Probably want to prioritize clearing off shields.
Yeah.
Well, we drew in the second Blizzard, which is good.
Yeah.
This might be the time we tempo Medivh's Valet Ping.
I like that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 cards in hand.
Nesting Rock. That's weird.
So what do you think about Arcanologist? Ping off the dude.
I say if we're going to Arcanologist, if we draw the Ice Barrier.
Right. We'll play Ice Bear. But I would say we'll probably draw Ice Block. What do you think?
Do it.
Is that our line?
Yeah.
I think it starts with Arcanologist.
Oh, look at that. Zoroshio bringing the luck.
Ask and you shall receive.
So hopefully he clears with a rock. I'll smell that. Do you smell what the rock is cooking? Oh,
There's your Blessing of Kings.
Yeah, but he put it on a taunt minion, which actually helps me out so much more.
Yeah, I like Blizzard here.
Yeah, so we throw the Arcanologist into the shield. and
Yeah.
Blizzard.
And this sets up for Flame Strike next turn. Do we go ahead and put the 2/3 into the rock
Nesting
so that
rock.
it's within Flame Strike range?
Is there any way he gets rid of the 2/3?
Yes.
True Silver Champion?
True
Yeah.
Silver Champion. The if he's
Isn't
running
there a-
Divine Shields, that weapon,
Yeah.
3/2 weapon,
Yeah.
buffs to some Divine Shields. Chuckling.
Spaver in chat.
Yeah. Everybody needs one of those, Spyro. Everybody
Yep.
needs one of those. If you do not watch our chat, if you're not here live with us, tonight's Tuesday, but usually we do it on Wednesday night, 7 Eastern time. You're missing out a lot in chat that we cannot say. on
So,
chat.
is it auto Jaina next turn?
I think so.
Yeah.
Regardless of what he plays.
I mean, we love these 1 health minions. Divine Shields are annoying, but we can Jaina into Blizzard Ping.
Yep.
I think we still Jaina.
I agree. I think we still Jaina.
Because he will likely run the 5/5.
And the
Into-
1/4 into the.
Yeah. Now, we won't get the healing off the Divine Shield, but it'll at least clear the Divine Shield.
No, but if he runs both into clear, then we can ping the 1/1 next turn.
Yep.
We could do that.
He's
Oh,
just
wow.
in the face.
No respect. No respect.
Meagle face. Taunt is cheat.
So, what do you think about clearing the 2/3 with the DoJabber?
The DoJabber.
Yeah.
I
And
like
then Blizzard.
getting well.
And then
Okay.
Blizzard ping the Acolyte to give us another DoJabber. Because the 5/5 will freeze off of the Blizzard. So we won't have to worry about that damage.
Will it still freezes even though it has the Divine Shield.
Yes, because it does 2
Oh.
damage to all minions and freeze them. It doesn't freeze if it takes damage.
I declare from this day forward, all water elementals shall only be known as DoJabbers.
DoJabbers. Not
I like it. DoJabbers are my favorite.
Yeah, they are.
So you said you corrected me and said DoJabber. Is that like the Canadian version?
That's right. Well, that's annoying. That probably needs to be polymorph.
Oh, Spaver wants you to spell it, Zeroshio, so he knows he has it right.
No. Just no.
Oh.
Oh,
So,
well, yeah, we don't want to kill the 2/2 if we can avoid it.
well, if we volcanic potion, it will clear down to a 3/3, an 8/8, and a 3/1, and we can meteor the 8/8 to clear the board.
That's what I'm thinking.
And
I
he
think
will,
that is-
and if that is Kodo, he will get Stonehill Defender into his hand.
Okay,
So what do you... Yeah. I like it.
I like it. Do it to it, Captain.
Sorry, I know how to play Paladin really well, which means I'm also good at playing against it. That might be noble. No, that's eye for an eye. So
Think so?
run in with the 1/4 first.
Nope.
No, it's repentance. It's either repentance or eye for an eye. It came off of a hydrologist, so I guess it could have been anything, even a boat.
Bone merit, yeah. Okay. So, what about Ice Block Valet, run our 1/4 in and ping it to kill it off?
Reading my mind.
Okay, so what about if we run both of the elementals into the 5/5, ping it, and just frostbolt the horse?
Frostbolt ping to make it a 5/1?
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
And if he does steed it, we can polymorph it. We got 2 polymorphs now. Ping gives us another 3/6. Well, we can't frostbolt ping. That's right.
Right, but we can next turn.
Yeah. Do we tempo ice block? Yeah. And we could clear it by valet.
Yeah, we
If we needed to. Yeah.
The only reason we would need to is if we don't want it to get buffed. But honestly, if it gets buffed, we polymorph it.
Right. Actually,
Spiver's killing me in chat tonight, guys. I'm sorry.
I've had to stop looking. 2 DoJabbers. Take another DoJabber skill.
see. Okay, so now I think we get.
I agree.
I think we bring out the
this
Baron.
is Baron. Baron.
I think we
Yeah.
bring out the Baron.
Totally.
Baron.
Baron.
Hold on.
No.
It's now going to be a 7/1.
It's okay.
Okay.
Because it does it everything but him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so next turn, we ping our own Baron.
Yeah, that's fine. My only thought was is we could have Medivh's Valet, let it soak the damage, and then Baron. But this at least lets us control getting rid of our Baron.
Thank you,
So we don't
Spiver,
keep it
for the cheer. 500 DoJabbers everywhere.
Hey, you kill me. Oh, we don't have mana for ping, do we? Or we ping face.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's all right. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. We'll probably run it into Baron again.
I hope he runs it into Baron.
That would be a good situation.
And honestly, the Stolen Defender is set up perfectly for running the Water Elemental in and pinging it.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh,
That's great.
And he'll clear.
That's okay.
That's all right.
I mean,
'cause
we have
we
Medivh
can
and ping.
valet ping.
Yeah.
And he didn't want any of it.
No more
He
dude.
didn't get any Tyrians off the Stone Hill.
Yeah, he's like, this guy's just going to keep making DoJabbers. I'm not going to deal with this anymore.
DoJabbers everywhere.
So, Spiver
That's
asks
what
in
the name
chat,
of this
what's
deck needs, or the name of this episode needs to be DoJabbers everywhere.
yeah, so Spiver asks, what's the conversion rate of DoJabbers to dollary dues?
It's 1 for 1.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's
You
good.
can get a DoJabber for $1 do anywhere.
I like it. I like dollar dues too.
You didn't expect me to have an answer, did you, Spiver?
I didn't.
All right, so that's hilarious.
Oh.
I am gonna. Sorry, I am gonna change the name of this episode from Card Reveals Are Golden to DoJabbers Everywhere.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Oh, man.
Still no proof.
What did I do?
I agree.
I lose my